Hey, Troy. Wanted to check. A few guys were missing the other day because of injuries, illness, suspension. Wanted to see what the latest is on anyone being back in contention or anyone new joining the list.
Yeah, no, right now we have, I think, going down the list, I know it's a number of players, but I think Christian, obviously starting off, coming out of the game the other day, he seems really strong, and I don't think there's going to be any issues there. Hoping to have him available for tomorrow night. Kai will come back into the team just because he was on yellow card suspension, but he'll be available as well. Dominique Badji will be out, as will Lucas McNaughton, two guys who played the other night, and still waiting to get a timeline on both those guys, but they'll be out. Pecco is making really good progress, as is Lucas Bartlett, and I think that's everyone.
Fletcher was ill.
Yeah, Christian's recovered and he's been in training.
All right, good. And after getting the victory the other day, and then a very quick turnaround to a match now, do you sense the confidence is boosted a little bit when it needs to be going into a knockout game?
I think so. I mean, Sunday, obviously the guys come in and just recover and make sure that they get physically and mentally reset. And then today the energy was fantastic. And look, I've said this for the last few weeks, but we win 2 out of the last 3. And I think in these last 3-4 performances, we're gaining some momentum in terms of the things that we want to do, and it's becoming more consistent. And we want to continue that momentum in a knockout competition, one in which we're going to take very seriously, and really proud to represent our club in this competition.
Thanks a lot, Trey.
Yep.
Next, we'll go to Dave Johnson.
Hey, Troy, just dovetailing off what you talked about the competition. As you're working so hard, and everyone is to build the right culture, reestablish, or however you want to describe it, just how important is a night like tomorrow to achieving another one of your goals, to be a club that goes after trophies and wins trophies?
Yeah. That's the name of the game for DC United. I mean, DC United's legacy has been about trophies. In the last 10 years, 11 years roughly, since 2013 when the last trophy was lifted, and it was the U.S. Open Cup, that hasn't been the case. And we really, part of our mission is to reestablish our reputation. And that reputation, as I said, is one that was everyone understood what the goal was at DC United for so long. And now that we're in this competition in the U.S. Open Cup, I think first bringing the attention of what that legacy was in this competition to the players and the staff, and making them understand that 1996, 2008, 2013, these are moments in which we add to that legacy as a club, and 2025 is an opportunity to continue to add to that. And so I've been on the other side of this competition. The majority of my career is both a player and a coach, and I know what it means from a different vantage point, but it also was the first place in which I got a win as an MLS head coach with Red Bull over DC United. And it just is something that our fan base wants us to take this seriously and wants to see us lift another trophy. And the first step is against the Charleston Battery tomorrow night, who also have been very good historically in this competition.
In Steve's article, Jose Kojima was quoting about how his goal was so wonderful, but he was also remembering Dennis Bouanga doing something similar. I know you track players and how much they run or whatever. Do you ever wish that you could maybe track Jose's brainwaves during a game? Because it seems like he's just such a cerebral player, going his Formula One mind.
Cerebral is a very good word for him. And you've seen that from what we've asked of him this year. Sometimes we ask him to play a little bit lower as a 6, sometimes a little bit higher, sometimes in the 10, which he did the other night. And he's able to adapt, and the reason he's able to adapt so quickly is because he studies the game. And so he's been really a joy to work with so far. And I think there's more and more good moments to come from him this season.
And obviously a team effort, and that's the other night, and you won it every night. On the broadcast, our man of the match was Brendan Cervani. Can you just talk about, we thought it was such an important role he continues to play.
Yeah.
How do you manage games?
Dave, I love this observation, man, because when you talk about people that are team first, really selfless individuals, this is Brandon Cervania. He's a guy that comes in every day and wants to know how he can add and be a multiplier, and how he can support, and not only what the match plan is, what his teammates need, and ultimately just trying to go out and fulfill whatever role and responsibility that we ask of him, so that we put ourselves in a position to win games. And he's really stepped up. And his experience over the course of his career, I think now he's coming into a different type of leadership position, because he's been a young guy most of his career at Dallas and then Toronto, and now he's a veteran now. And we need that type of experience to step up and speak up at the right time.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to Dennis Gomez.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you, Troy, for your time. I'm sorry if I missed the first part of the interview or the press conference, but I just wanted to ask, going into a cup and trying to, since it's a back-to-back game, are you looking into resting a few players and seeing new faces, or what is how is the lineup? What can we expect from the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, the expectation from my standpoint, one, just trying to fully evaluate how everyone came out of training today. I'll do that this afternoon just to make sure that all players are seen, and then going into tomorrow, I want to continue to use the momentum we built the other night and over the last few weeks to continue to play as many players that are fit as possible from these lineups to keep that consistency going. So that should be the expectation, and without getting into the specifics of exactly who.
And just follow up, the beauty of these cup is the cup sets, right? How does it feel for you being the favorite in this case, since you're an MLS team against a second-tier division team? How does that feel, knowing that you've been on both sides?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of alluded to that earlier. From our standpoint, I think the first thing that we have to do, and this is what we did yesterday, was bring into frame to the players how important this competition is, how important the U.S. Open Cup is to DC United. So that's number one, and then two, now it's about our preparation like any other match, just taking this match as seriously as we would a league match, because as you said, I know what it's like to be on the other side of the coin, and I know Ben Pierman, very, very good coach, has a very good team that he's assembled, and you talk about continuity and consistency. They've been very consistent since Ben has been there over the last 3 seasons. So we have to go and put everything we have into tomorrow night in order to get a result, because that's exactly what the Battery is going to be doing, and it's obviously going to be a big night for their club as well.
And then just two from me, Troy. Obviously, like you had previously mentioned, a lot of storylines coming into this match, Charleston being one of your homes. Just talk about the emotions. Zach Prince was also a player there for 6-7 years, over 150 caps. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to him? What are the emotions surrounding this match?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to speak for Zach, but I can probably, I'm sure he shares a lot of the things that I feel about the Battery. I grew up a fan, then I was fortunate enough to play as a youth player, from there as a first team player, from there as an assistant coach. So, and Zach had a lot of the same journey that I did. He grew up in South Carolina as well. What was different about Zach's journey is he played longer than I did, and he lifted 2 trophies with the Battery. And so there's an affinity there for us, for sure. We actually played whenever we were both working together versus the Battery at New Mexico United, and we felt those same type of emotions. A guy like Mike Anhauser that preceded Ben Pierman is someone that has really left his mark in the game, especially at the Charleston Battery, and we have a lot of respect for him and everything that he did for us and for the club for so many years. And always, whenever you have that type of love for a club and you're playing against them, the best way to show that is to go out and compete at your highest level. So that's what we're going to do.
Absolutely. And then final one for me, what message do you have to the fans coming out tomorrow and just in general for this upcoming match?
Yeah, we're looking forward to being back at home, and we want to, again, using the phrase of just trying to build the momentum at home especially, we want to put back-to-back results together and take the next step in the U.S. Open Cup.